following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Trash Goblins. I think this is like 6 or 7, something like that.
I feel like it's more than that.
I don't know.
I think it's 8.
I don't know. I just work here, bro. Why I have never seen you wear that hat yet, by the way.
I was gonna wear it today, but I'm like, nah, I just took a shower.
So did I. Anyways, welcome back in
Hello.
the new studio.
It's lovely, ain't it?
Rich and the men have done a fabulous job on it.
We did
because-
nothing. We take
Well,
no credit.
Because you do not want my help do construction stuff. Everything would break.
I didn't really want a lot of people around, to be
Fair.
honest. Because then if they did something wrong and I'd have to redo it and I'd feel
exactly.
bad, so it's
That's
just
why
easier.
you
So
that's why
welcome
you don't
back.
want me helping. Be
Welcome
like,
back for the first time here. So
yeah. But they're still working on it, but it's looking pretty cool.
I like it.
I would say
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Wood podcast here again.
I'm so tired. I slept 12 hours less and I'm still tired.
Well, when you oversleep, your body's like, this is not okay. Just go back to bed. Just call it a loss and
This is what I'm
just
saying.
pack it in, man.
I'm so tired.
Do you want me to smack you with my little
No.
thing? Fine. I'm just trying to help. I can't with you and your fidget.
Oh, anywho.
Yes, today we are debating. We have this lovely thing.
I feel like we just did debates, but we're doing
We
it
did.
again, okay? Deal.
No, we did stuff that makes us rage, and we did debate about things that make us rage. It just because when does it ever stay on topic and just not devolve? That's the whole point of this. is
verb?
Listen, that show's a masterpiece. We could do a whole mini series on it
Eventually. Okay.
eventually.
I have a really important question, though.
What?
This is really important.
Okay,
Is a pretzel a chip or a cracker?
it's a pretzel.
Is it a chip or a cracker, though?
It's its own thing.
Yeah, but is it in a different category?
I think if
What
you're
category is it in?
I-
Chip or cracker?
hold on.
Chip or cracker, Casey?
I'm trying to answer, Beth.
Chip or cracker?
I just realized we normally introduce ourselves at the beginning of each episode, and we're
shit.
just.
Hi, I'm Beth.
I think they got that. I think.
I told you I'm tired.
No, really? But I think if you were to put it in one of those categories, it would be probably chip, because that's where it's with the chips. They put it with the chips. Why are you flaring your nostrils at me?
I feel like it would be a cracker.
No.
Yeah, but if you eat a chip and you eat a cracker and then you eat a pretzel, what's it more like, a chip or a cracker?
I feel like
A
it's more like
cracker.
neither. I
It's
feel like
it's closer to a cracker, though, I feel.
Why do they keep it in the chip aisle?
Because they're stupid. It should be in the cracker aisle.
I feel like it's more chip, personally.
No, it should be a cracker.
Whatever, you're insane.
You can put stuff on it. Do you put stuff on chips?
Yes.
No. You,
Dip.
What do you put on chips?
Chip dip.
No, just chip
I will call Maggie right
Oh my god, not the fucking chip dip.
and have her
It's just
recite her
chip
wedding
dip,
vows.
though. Just chip dip. What do you put on crackers? You can put so much on crackers.
You can put like chocolate on pretzels.
Yeah, but you can put other stuff on pretzels too.
What else? What else do you put on your pretzels?
Well, I mean, if you're being
What? Okay, come on.
you're being quirky.
If you're being quirky, you can put anything on a chip too.
No,
No, you
that's
could.
gross.
Also salsa, by the way.
You're talking about tortillas.
That's a kind of chip. Tortilla chips.
Yes, I'm aware.
This is very echoey and I don't like it. I'm like, I feel like it's just louder than I'm used to.
Chips.
Chips, yes. It's called a tortilla chip.
Yeah, I'm aware.
So
Why
it
are
counts.
okay? Also, question: why do
Answer.
they make so many different kinds of tortilla chips?
Because they want money.
Yeah, but why? Why are some of them circled and then some of them some of them squared, and some of them are
Because they're-
a scoopy scoop, and then some of them are also a triangle, like a Dorito, but it's not a Dorito because it's a tortilla chip.
Please
which technically Doritos are tortilla chips, but that's besides the point.
Speaking of tortilla chips, or Doritos, I realized the other day while at work with Maggie that I've never seen her eat Doritos.
Do you like Doritos?
No, she does. But she was sitting there driving, and she licks all the powder off them first.
That's gross.
And I'm like, she's like, do you have a problem with the way I eat Doritos? I mean,
Yes.
I was like, I mean, you do you, but like, I just realized I've never seen you eat a Dorito because I was like, I've heard the stories, but I've never seen it in real life.
That's gross.
I just think it's weird.
How do you eat Cheetos, like cheese puffs?
What do you mean, like, how do I eat them?
Like
I eat them. I put them in my mouth
Like
and I
you
chew.
you just bite them.
Yeah, why?
I eat them like I eat them like a squirrel, like.
Like a little corn on the cob. I could just picture just you.
No, it's like you gotta go like a, and then flip and then you just eat the whole thing.
That is so weird.
I'm being quirky.
When aren't you being quirky? All right, do you call it soda or pop then?
Pop.
Same.
That's
a very regional thing, though. I feel like
It is. It is. In other places, they call it soda.
some people call
Like
it
in
soda
Tennessee,
pops.
yeah. In Tennessee, I think they call it soda.
There are some places where they just call any kind Coke. Like even if it's like Pepsi, they just call soda in general Coke, and I think that's weird.
They call it some places call it soda pop.
Yeah.
They say both.
I feel like sometimes I say both. I feel like sometimes I flip flop and I don't even realize
You know
it.
what, soda? Well, you did just say soda.
Did I?
Yeah.
See?
Soda
Sometimes
pop.
I say soda, sometimes I say pop. It's just, and some people get so mad about it. They're like, no, it's not soda, it's pop. And it's like,
See, that's one thing I don't
Okay.
really care about.
like, breathe. Everyone's going to call, like, there are bigger issues in this world than somebody saying soda and not pop or vice versa.
The only thing that I have an issue is when people call almonds.
Almonds?
Almonds.
Almonds.
Almonds. It's an almond. No,
There's
there's
an
an
L.
L in there.
But
Almond.
in their defense, there's so many things that are not pronounced the way they should be based off the letters that are in them. There's
Aluminium.
We're not British.
Aluminium.
I don't even understand that. It was so unnecessarily creepy, Beth. It sounds like you know how they make really bad horror movies about like anything and everything. That sounds like you're doing like the trailer for a British horror movie about killer tinfoil.
Aluminium came to get you.
It's coming for you this summer.
July 25th.
Like, do you
Aluminium.
like? There's been movies about like killer tires and stuff.
I've definitely never seen that.
I've never seen it either, but I know because I always tell my dad, I'm like, what's the worst horror movie ever? Even though I know his answer, and he's like, listen, we're not getting into this again.
Okay, but they did just
It's
recently,
called Rubber.
They did just recently make what's it called?
A horror
They
Grinch
made
film.
they made horror movies with like Winnie the Pooh in them.
Yeah.
Like a killer Winnie the Pooh.
They made a. Do you remember when we were scrolling through movies on my TV and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it was like it seemed like a really bad horror Grinch movie. Do you remember that?
I think I do, yeah.
And we're like, what the like we watched the trailer and we're like, this looks so shitty. What the fuck?
Okay, you know what I saw on TikTok the other day?
A video.
Yeah, the other day on TikTok, I saw this video.
Hold
and
on,
they-
real quick.
What?
I love how that's how you can tell we've been friends long enough that you can just not even be phased by my normal sarcastic answers. You're just like, okay, just keep going.
So, anyways, I saw this video on TikTok, and they were talking about like closing the toilet seat when you flush, and how like some people don't close the toilet seat when they flush.
Fair.
And then they're like, oh, but the particles get all over the air then, and I'm like, what? Like I close the toilet seat when I flush. So I'm
Yeah.
not worried about that. But then I
But,
was
like-
thinking the other day. I was in the bathroom at work.
Okay.
Why don't public restrooms have toilet seat covers?
It's more of a contact of touch, more way to spread germs with a contact of touch. It is. It's
But then the poop particles. When you flush.
I not only, but like you also get like, because it's a bunch of water moving around. You're gonna get splash. So as somebody who cleans for a living, I close a toilet seat lid because I'm like, because then that's just gonna get all over the seat, which is already gross.
That's what I'm saying. Why does
And then when you sit and that's the worst thing when you go to sit to use the bathroom and there is wetness and you don't know what wetness that is and you're just like, I'm going to cry.
I always clean
No,
it.
same, but like if you're just like in a rush or you're tired or something, you don't even think as off. Or if you're at home,
No, I
because
always clean
you
it.
always wipe off your toilet at home
No,
before you
not
use
at
it.
home. I just get pissed off. I open the toilet seat and there's fucking dribbles there, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Ew.
And I know that it's not from my dad.
It was so random how you intensely stared at me.
Because
I was like, why would I know any? You stared at me like I should know something about
it's
this.
so upsetting when I go to go to the bathroom and I gotta fucking wipe somebody else's piss off. I don't want to do that.
Nobody does.
And then sometimes I got a little dribble on the toilet seat, and I'm like, should I leave it there? And then I'm like, no, that's gross.
It is gross.
Why doesn't anybody else do that? It's not that hard.
It's-
Get a little piece, go,
and then,
and then toss it in
What
the toilet and
toilet
wash your hands.
what toilet paper do you have that makes that sound when you rip it off? That's what I want.
I have a cute little dispenser that does it. It makes that noise. It goes.
That reminds me of a few years ago watching a Fluffy special on Netflix, and he was talking about, he goes, I theorize in like 5 years from now, he's like, you're gonna be sitting in a public restroom and you're gonna see it and you're gonna think of me because on the toilet paper thing there'll be a little flashing button and you'll be like, seriously, in here too, and you'll wave your hand in front of it. One sheet. So you just have to sit there just pulling sheet after sheet.
That's weird.
I'm honestly surprised that hasn't happened yet.
No, that's weird.
But
What if you're taking a poo?
that's the thing though. It's like they do that too because of the only reason it's weird to me is because they already did that with the paper towels.
Yeah,
Right?
But people get around that. They just.
Yes, I know, but like they literally, it's so little, but that's what you would have to do. Is what I'm saying. You didn't make the
No.
noise that time.
No, they just rip a little bit and then it works. It's like it's a loophole.
It's just annoying, is what it is.
It's a loophole. You're welcome.
That was beautiful.
I know you liked my serenading.
Your beautiful
It
jingles.
was great.
They're not serenading. Serenading is usually longer. It's a jingle at that point.
Do you want me to
I
start?
love it. I don't.
No. See, I knew it. My singing is terrible.
No, it's not.
It's very off key.
It just gets really loud.
It's very off key. Because I can't hear myself.
What?
I fucking hate you. Every fucking time.
One of these times, I'll get you.
When-
A lot of people hate on me when I do that. I go, my whole family's hard of hearing, including me. I just don't need aids for it yet.
That's the key word.
The key word is yet.
I think I need new ones, actually.
Probably.
Because I feel like my hearing is worse or my hearing aids are not working.
Not working as well. Fair. Very fair. I love, we were at the World's Largest the other day. And you were like the booth next to the one we were at. So I was like, I'm going to be weird. And I just shouted, oh my gosh, I know her. And you didn't answer. And I'm like, I got to go over there now. And the guy running the booth's like, just be a little louder. I go, she's not going to hear me. She's deaf. And then just walked away. Just leaving the man super confused.
She's not going to hear me.
I was like,
never
she's
hear
deaf.
anyone. Especially,
And then your mom was like ready to punch my dad
Yeah,
because he was
'cause
like, who is this talking to? I'm like, oh, that's.
No, it wasn't that. It was because he almost hit her.
I told him, I was like, you almost hit Lori.
I know, and he was like, sorry, Lori. I was like, it's.
she was like, oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like also too because she's only met him like twice too, so so I feel like because it took her a second. She's like, oh, it's okay, because she was like, I know this man.
Yeah, she
and then she saw me and she was like,
she was also a little annoyed anyways because people kept like bumping into her and shit. 'cause
and
they were
stopping
being
right in
rude.
front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or they
My
would-
dad was sitting there. He goes,
Yep. So like when you guys came up behind her, she was like, and then she was like, oh hi.
but all I love is you could see it in her eyes, the split second of being like, I know this man. Wait, that's Casey. There we go. I made the connection.
The circle of life.
the little for me. Oh my gosh.
Imagine.
Oh my gosh, no.
I wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob as a child.
Can we talk about, though, because it's still in my brain, how cute our niece is?
Oh, she's so cute.
Because I feel like people need to know how
And I
cute
want
she
her
is.
puppy.
You can't have Max.
But why not?
Because that's her puppy.
But can we just take both?
No, because then we'll make Mare sad.
We can take her too.
Okay. What about her boyfriend?
We aren't even. Why did you even bring him up? God.
Gosh, imaginary person we're having this conversation with. Why would you bring him?
Good thing he doesn't watch these.
I'm sure. He's played Fortnite with us. We do not hold back when speaking to that man either. So
Listen, I try to be nice, but sometimes he's just a douchebag. Listen, I really do.
And for anyone out there being like, that is your best friend, how could you diss their significant other? They know he is too. They know he is too. I'll be like, your boyfriend's a dick, and she'll be like, I know. What did he do this time? Oh my god. You're freaking click. Welcome to our ASMR channel. I never understood. I don't find the whispering comforting.
I hate
I'm like, I can almost feel you like breathing on my neck, and I hate it. Like that's just the vibes they give off. But anyways, oh my gosh, so I gotta tell people, you know this, but I just love because at least everyone I know doesn't call me unless the only reason you call somebody in my group is if you need something right away. Otherwise, you text or message, and then wait 2 hours for them to respond.
Yeah, it's just.
But so I've started getting more video calls lately from Maggie, and it's not because she wants to talk to me. It's because Anna will sit there and go, Aunt Tacey, Aunt Tacey, Aunt Tacey, and like the one day she called me and I had a missing call from her, and I woke up to it and I called her back. And she goes, see, I told you Aunt Tacey was still sleeping and she wasn't going to answer my call. And I'm like, I'm sorry, sweetie. And she goes, hi. I'm like, I freaking love you. Because she's the best.
She just called me Beth.
She called you Auntie Beth yesterday.
Did she?
She did.
I didn't hear that. She was just like, I heard, most I
Beth.
heard was Beth.
Beth?
Beth.
Yeah, the one day yesterday she did go, she goes, Aunt Beth.
Oh.
And it was great. What I love, though, is she does that to her grandma, too. Except so she'll look at Maggie and go, Grandma? And Maggie knows she's not actually calling for Grandma. So then she'll be like, okay, we'll call Grandma. And she'll call Grandma. And then she'll...
Keep talking, I'm just going to switch a cord.
You broke it, Beth.
No.
She'll answer the phone and she'll go, hi, sweetie. And she goes, Grandma? Rai. Because she wants to see Grandma's dogs. She'll go, Rai, Jazzy. And I guess the other day she did that. And Rai was like dead asleep. But then from the other room, heard his kid go, Rai. And I hear her, where is she? Because for the first few months of her life, they lived there. So she kind of grew up. Well, not grew up, because that implies, like, several years. But, like, she was there for several months with him. So she'll just want to sit there and just go, Rai. My favorite, though, is Daddy, Target, Money. I love it. It's so funny. She does it. I guess she started doing it to Maggie, too. She goes, Mommy, Target. She goes, I'm broke. What do you want from me? So then she'll walk up and she'll go, Daddy, Target, Money. And he goes, girl, I'm broke too. I don't know what you want. She's like, they're like, you got more money than us right now in your piggy bank from relatives and stuff. I don't know what you want from us.
No money.
And we're going to spoil her so much this summer.
I know. I need dates, times.
Yeah, dates, time, just exactly whenever and wherever and stuff.
No, I'm serious. I have to be able to request it. They don't give me fucking special days. Those bitches.
Fucking whole bags.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I turned my date off.
It's warm in here.
It is. It is a little warm in here. It's okay. You'll be all right.
I don't know. Do you know at my house we have the air conditioning on,
Still hot as hell.
and they have it set at 75. Yeah, they have it set at 75. The windows are open, so it's not even fucking helping at all. You know what the temperature in my house is?
What?
77.
The thermostat lied.
Fucking hell, I'm so hot in there. And before I left, I go, Mom, can I turn this down? And she goes, why? You're leaving. And
I
I'm
mean,
like,
fair. She's
so
like,
that
but
I
I'm
can come home
coming
and
back.
not die?
Fair. I just love the other day where you're like, so my neighbors behind us got a puppy, got a dog, and Kara's being a good girl over there, and Snickers is just sitting over here being a little antagonizing shit.
He was being a little shithead.
It's like,
Kara
this puppy is
literally-
clearly uncomfortable, so Kara was like, I'm gonna back off, and Snickers was like,
seriously.
you wanna fight?
Seriously,
'Cause I'll fight.
She's so good coming in. I literally go, come on, Kara, and she like. Maybe if she doesn't listen the first time, I'll say it again.
And then she'll be like, okay,
she'll be like,
fine.
okay, and then she comes in, and we're waiting for Snickers to come in. And I'm like, this is why I don't like taking you outside.
This is why we can't have nice things, Snickers.
Like, even when she's, like, in the middle of barking, I have to call her twice, and that's it. She'll come in.
She's a good dog. She's a good dog. Should we get to debates, by the way?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Do you want to do those or some of these?
No, I have another question.
Okay.
What is the HOA? What is the point of HOA?
I was talking to Dad about this. I was like, what is the point of owning your own house if you're going to have some cranky 54-year-old lady named Karen yelling at you that your fence is not a HOA regulated color?
Why? I don't
It's like,
understand.
I bought this house.
And you get fined.
Yes, right? It's like, I'm sorry. Especially considering the fact that, like, how expensive houses are.
They come over with a fucking ruler. Your grass is 1/4 inch too high. You gotta fucking mow it, or we're gonna fine you $700.68.
Not the 68 cents. Not the 68 cents.
Yeah,
But no, I get it's just ridiculous. Like you work and you work and you work to buy a house, especially considering like the way the how expensive houses are now. I don't want to work and work and work to buy a house just for some cranky old bitch to be like, I'm sorry, but your shutters, they're too distracting. Be like, what's distracting about shiny shutters?
And then you have like when you decorate, you can't do it the way you want to. You have
Right.
to have it like has to be like aesthetically pleasing.
No, it's aesthetically pleasing to me. I don't care what you like.
I want it to look like Halloween threw up on on my house, okay?
I don't care that it's the middle of March, Deborah.
I want it to look like it threw up and it
This is why
died on my house.
it threw up and died. This is why we're gonna all win the lottery and build our own little gay community with no HOA.
Dude, do you know how many fucking lottery tickets I bought?
Just hoping.
I think on that last one, I bought like 3 or 4, and I did
Damn.
not win a fucking dollar.
This is a slippery slope. After this, we're gonna go to a little meeting where we're all gonna sit in a circle and talk about our feelings. Don't worry about it. Don't question anything else.
I was watching. Okay, this also came off of a TikTok video the other day. But this guy, he was on the HOA committee, and he was trying to get in their house. Yeah.
I hate that and the fact that and the landlords that get on like a power trip, they're like, well, it's my house, so I can come in whenever. And like there was a video, this guy submitted a video because he took a video because his landlord, this was like in England, was like, well, I have family staying over, so because this is my house, I need you to go stay at a hotel for the week.
You gonna give me money for that?
And he was like, no, this is my house. I'm not having a bunch of strangers staying in my house. It's not an Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, well, I own the property. Okay, and I rent it out to you. That's illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Especially considering you're giving, because she's like, so I'm going to need you to go to a hotel because they're coming in tomorrow.
No thanks.
And he was like, no. She's like, you realize that I own this property, right? And he's like, that sucks.
Why have I been paying you $368.78 for my
I'm sorry.
2 quarters of the room?
For this, I was like, that's a very cheap rent price. And then you're like, no, I just rent the one room.
Yeah, just the one.
I rent the room. Jerry rents the kitchen.
I rent the room, but only the bed. Jerry
Honestly-
gets the rest of the room, and he doesn't get a bed. He sleeps on the floor, and then
peasant.
everybody else has somebody else in the
We
house.
all rent out a corner of the kitchen. It's like a weekly thing. So I have to, the rest of the week, I have to get takeout because it's Jerry's turn with the kitchen.
We just have to hope that they want to help us cook. They let us borrow the kitchen.
They'll let us borrow the kitchen if it's their week,
But
but they
it's for
usually
a
don't.
price. It's for a price. You want to get a milk out of the fridge? $20, bitch. You bought the milk. It's not
That
your
sucks.
day. It's not your day, buddy. $20.
Like, listen, I need to switch weeks with you, okay? Because my milk in the fridge is gonna go bad on the week I don't have the kitchen. That sucks, bro. That fucking sucks. By the way, the milk's already gone. I drank it all, but I bought that milk. But it wasn't your week, and I wanted some milk.
And you're not getting reimbursed for it either.
What the fuck is this conversation? Do you have any others, or?
Hold on. I think I have one more. Okay. What is the point of manifesting? It doesn't fucking work.
I find it so. I always get these videos. It's like, you're thinking about him right now, and if you like and use this sound privately, he's gonna text you tonight at midnight and confess his feelings. And I'm like, he's already asleep. Shut the fuck up.
No, it makes me so mad.
It's like so annoying. I feel like it's so annoying.
And
I
then
feel like what it is too is it works like 1 out of the 90 of like the other 99% of the time. So people are like, and I'm like, dude, it's called life. It's just a coincidence.
Manifestation, it worked. It doesn't fucking work, okay?
I'm like, I've been manifesting happiness since I was like 5, okay? I'm still depressed. I've been manifesting money since I wanted to live at Disney, okay?
I manifested real hard, and my manifesting was not fucking reached. And it fucking
Are you still
canceled.
just like, I've been manifesting so hard, but I'm still a lonely lesbian.
No, it's not that. It was in my era when I was just a wee little lad. No, I'm just kidding. I think I was 19 when I was manifesting real hard. It was either 19 or 20. I don't remember. I think
But it's just so annoying because people prey off these things and they just make video after video. It's like, if you use this sound and like and comment and follow me and give me $80 million, then
I will make them love you.
I'm like, that's a little questionable.
No, it was when I was manifesting real hard to be in that relationship.
Which one?
The one where I was being fucking led on.
Okay, so like 19, 20.
I think I was 19 for the beginning of it and 20
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah.
Shit.
Did you know you're almost gonna be 22?
I'm aware and I'm not okay with it. I'm not
Back in
okay
my
with
day, I
it.
was so happy to turn 22. It's like, no.
Back in my day, you know, when I turned 18, I was like, take me back.
No.
Take me back.
It's like, I don't like this anymore.
No, it was like the day after my birthday. And my mom's like, you're an adult now. You gotta do your own shit. I'm like, why? Okay.
I'm just looking at some of these.
No, it's supposed to be
Well,
big.
because some of these I feel like are stupid. You know?
Open Sesame. You know how long it took me to realize that it's not Open Sesame? It's Open Sesame.
Is it?
Yes, it's Open Sesame, not Open Sesame.
I'm pretty sure anytime I've ever seen that red, it's always said sesame.
No, it's Open Sesame.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm pretty sure I've read books where it says sesame, so I don't think other people know this.
It's Open Sesame.
I don't like that. Nope, it's sesame. No, I reject the premise of that.
It is. It's Open
No,
Sesame.
I reject it. I reject the premise.
It took me forever to
Nope.
find that out.
No, I reject the premise, and I'm gonna go back to.
Open Sesame.
I don't want to live in a post-open sesame world. I did not consent to this. I hate it here.
It's like, well, you're like basically saying open a sesame seed.
I don't care if it makes no sense. I always thought it made no sense, but I don't care. I don't want to live in that world.
Okay, but it took me so long. I
No.
was like, I found out, and I was like,
You're wrong.
What?
I refuse.
I just assumed that everybody else knew, and I just didn't because I'm deaf. because I say stuff wrong all the time because I'm deaf, and I think I said it right. Like, when I found out I was deaf, I was saying I was dead because I thought that's what people were saying.
I'm dead, guys. What?
And my mom was like, "No, honey, it's
an F.
deaf."
I don't like that. I'm
And
like,
I
no,
was
I don't.
like-
It's like, it's a. Well, let's see what some of these. Like some of these. This one I think might be interesting. Humankind should leave the land and all live on.
I think you're wrong about the sesame thing, though.
I'm telling you, it's open
I just
sesame.
Googled it. I think it's from like Alibaba and the 40 Thieves or something.
No, I don't.
And he says, "Open sesame." Like, I think we think it says sesame, like the seeds, but I think sesame is probably a translated word.
I don't like it.
Sesame.
I don't.
Open sesame is just like open sesame, bitch. Like, I don't know. If
Yeah, open sesame. That's the point.
That sounds like something you would say. Open
But I don't
sesame,
think, but
bitch.
it's definitely from like Alibaba and the 40 Thieves.
It's
I don't know why I
sesame.
knew that. See, as I would say, I'm brain broke, and I know things that no one should still remember.
No,
So.
fair. You know what? I feel like we all have things that's like, why do you know that? you're
And
like,
there's so many other things that I really should remember, like where my keys are, and
Yep.
I can never remember my keys, but I can remember that Alibaba said "Open Sesame."
Like, what are the things I could remember if I didn't have all this useless facts in my brain? It's like probably, you know, like the chores I need to do and all this other like adult shit.
Tell me why I lock my car and I get 3 feet from my car and go, "Did I lock it?"
Oh my gosh, I hate that.
I don't know. Did I lock it? And then I gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta hear the noise or it doesn't count. Like, I lock my car even after just opening the trunk. My dad's like, you know the car itself is still locked, right? I'm
No,
like,
it's
Shh,
not.
let me be.
Do you know I unlocked my friend's car one day because she needed something. I don't remember what it was. I think maybe it was like medicine or something out of her car, and I was like,
Anyways.
I'll go out. What?
Yeah.
And her car doesn't beep,
That, no.
but
no.
if you click it too many times, it
starts.
starts.
Yeah, my old
And
car
I was like-
used to do that.
I
Oh, I remember you telling me this, yeah.
yeah, and I was like, because I can't hear her.
Yeah,
so I'm
you're
like touching it. I'm like, this is on. Why is it on?
Speaking of locked cars and fucking shit up, I was working with Mama Kay on Friday. Or no, it wasn't Friday because I was driving. It was Thursday then. And we went back to our shop to drop everything off, and I went to go get my stuff because when we go back to the shop to drop everything off, I just leave all my stuff in her car. That way I can just grab it and walk to my car when we're done. And I walked over and I pulled on the door, and I'm like, that's weird. She didn't lock. This is not a van. I was like, this is not her van. I just yanked on somebody else's. Yes, I saw. It's been there. No, manch. And I literally yanked it. I was like, I'm so happy that the alarm didn't go off. But I'm standing there. I walked around and she looked at me confused. I go, that's not your van. And she started laughing at me. She goes, no, it's not. I go, all I saw was big. And I saw a big vehicle in front of shop that was silver. And was like, my brain filled in the rest. And I was like, I need to go home. I'm tired. She's like, go take a nap, sweetie.
Get out.
Fair. But yeah, this one's kind of interesting. Humankind should leave the land and live on boats.
Seasick though.
Yes, but like I also get where they're coming from because like we fucked over the animals that live on this land for too long. They need their land back. This is fucking ridiculous. But
Can
also
we just
like,
all die?
can humans just stop?
Can we just go?
But like then we do even
Extinct.
worse damage to the oceans than we already are. You know what I mean? Because people would just dump shit off the sides of their boats.
Throw up.
Like,
'Cause seasick.
yes, cause seasick. Good job.
Thank you.
Gold star for you, Beth.
Where does all of the bodily fluids go then? Into the ocean.
Exactly.
Take a poop off the side of the boat, bro. Someone anchor me in.
You know what I don't understand is how there are people on this earth that don't have like the subcanomophobia. It's like the fear of like man-made objects under the water. Have you ever seen videos of that?
No.
It's creepy. It's like sunken planes and ships, or like there's sunken statues and stuff. It's really, I don't know why, but it's really creepy, and I don't understand how it doesn't creep other people out.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen? Oh, hold on.
No.
Hold on. I'm gonna.
I'm confused. Are you talking about like
You're afraid of them?
Yeah, like it just made like just looking at them makes you like scared or uncomfortable.
So
What's
you
it
mean,
called?
Like,
It's like subcanomophobia, I believe.
Really?
so you're talking about like boats that are underwater?
So you like the movie Titanic or one of those things where they were showing you the Titanic that freaked you out?
I mean, like the boats aren't too bad, but like the other things. Hold on, I'm trying to find. I can't. You've never heard of those? Those come up all over my.
Well, no,
Find page.
I've heard of like stuff being underwater.
But I meant like
but-
the fear.
No, not that fear.
I don't know why. Just some of there's certain. They don't all. Not all the things bug me, but there's certain things that like are really creepy, and these are not good photos.
Like what?
Like
Like a
who?
car?
Well, the car's not too bad, but like
So you're just saying statues.
statues, planes
Why?
freak me out because I'm like those aren't supposed to be down there.
Yeah, but cars aren't supposed to be at the bottom of the ocean either.
No, but like animatronics and stuff.
Okay, that is creepy.
I feel like that's kind of creepy
Well, that is.
because, but like I don't know what it is. Like the thing wouldn't normally. I mean, dinosaur stuff scares me. Anyways, I don't like dinosaurs.
You don't like dinosaur stuff?
I don't like
We
dinosaurs.
can't be friends anymore.
But like, that's not creepy. Just a big plane. Just can't see anything around it. Just empty water, and it's just looks like it's just falling apart and decaying. That
No.
doesn't freak you out at all.
No,
I don't know why it does.
it's just a plane.
I get that.
With dead people inside, probably.
That doesn't help. First of all, I don't know. I don't know why it just freaks me out.
I don't know why.
Okay,
either.
here's one that I think will freak you out. I think
She's
like
trying to freak me out. now.
yes. Hold on. I have to be able to think. So there's this lake in Minnesota, right?
Mm-hmm.
So could you imagine you're swimming in this lake and you don't know this, but there is a sunken Jason Voorhees statue at the bottom of it,
Okay, but that is creepy.
right? It wouldn't be as, I feel like it wouldn't be as creepy if it wasn't underwater. Like there's certain things I'm like I feel like that wouldn't creep me out as much if it wasn't underwater cuz like I feel like especially in like lakes and stuff it's just really dark down there and you just can't see
Well,
a
if
lot.
there's like people statues, yeah, that's gonna creep anybody out because you're like swimming and then you go under and you're like, ugh!
But like usually it's other things. I don't know what it is. It's just that
A plane. Yeah.
I don't know why. It just freaks me out and I see videos about it all the time. Like I guess this you know what I love though?
Okay, wait. Question.
Answer. Maybe.
What about submarines then? Does that creep you out?
Kind of like cuz like that's supposed like if they're old and decaying it kind of creeps me out. I think it's just like the decaying fact that gets me and the fact that like I think it's also like the water thing because like if you go down deep enough and you're just like you can barely see anything and then all of a sudden you see something that is like not supposed to be down
yeah, but
there.
when are you ever going down
I'm
deep
not.
enough that you're?
I'm not. I'm just like
I'm just being an
seeing the
asshole.
pictures. So what I love though is so people apparently there was a big meeting
Mm-hmm.
at places that do things for children like cartoons and stuff and they're like let's just make a bunch of traumatizing shit like in our movies and then like Mufasa's death traumatizing.
I thought it was sad, not traumatizing.
I think it's like one of those things that's so sad. It's like fucking people. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? A lot of people find that.
I love that movie.
Oh yeah, but there are certain scenes in there where you're like, what the fuck?
Well, like the fucking baby.
Like
I can't remember
Herman?
what his name is. Is that what his name is?
yeah, no. Like for me, when I was
He's
younger,
weird.
I don't know. I don't remember. I think it was like a combination of like special effects and stuff. Well, I know it was like, but like I think they also had like some things of when he's squishing Judge Doom.
Mm-hmm.
And then he like comes back up and reinflates himself. Like I found that creepy. Or like there's just like there's been certain scenes where in kids movies where you're just like, why did you decide that would be a good idea for a kids movie? Because it's either depressing or
I don't
creepy.
pay attention enough to notice stuff like that.
Fair, but the point of this is there's a ride in Disneyland called Nemo's Submarine
I just
Voyage.
burped.
No, you're good. And so you kind of go in the submarine and you like kind of go through the story of little Little Nemo. My brain wanted to say Little Mermaid, but it was like, no, it's Finding Nemo, so it decided to just confirm the two.
Little Nemo.
Little Nemo.
Oh,
Finding Nemo, right?
that would be one type of movie.
That would be, yeah.
One movie. They're both kind of similar because they're both have fish.
Overprotecting dads underwater.
Fish.
Then the
Okay,
then the
okay.
kid
Now that we're
runs-
talking about that, then doesn't the statue underwater in The Little Mermaid creep you out?
No, because it's clearly animated.
Oh right. Have you seen the live action one?
No.
I haven't either. I refuse to watch live action.
I'm so
shit.
sick of them making live actions. But
It's
anyway,
because they're bored. They don't know what they're supposed to do anymore. They're out
Right.
of ideas.
Um,
Sure.
what?
Huh?
What were you saying?
I don't know.
Anyways, the point is, so in this ride, you get to this kind of feeds into the subcannibalophobia, but I feel like even above water, this would still be creepy as fuck. There is, because of the way the ride is, there is 4 anglerfish animatronics there that appear because of the way, because you're in like a submarine.
What does an anglerfish look like?
The scene in it's the fish from the scene in Finding Nemo where they follow the mask down and the fish with the light.
Oh,
creepy ass thing.
okay.
So, so I guess because of the way it is, because you're in a submarine, so some people are in the back, some people in the front, and the rows are like right in the middle. So some people face this way, some people face that way. So there's 4 of them, so everyone can see it. And you're like sticking your head in these portholes, and if you don't know what's coming, I guess the light just flashes on. And I feel like even if it wasn't underwater, that'd be creepy as holy hell. Because you need to see this. Hold on, let me.
Where did we get to this creepy?
I don't
deal?
know. Where do we ever?
That ride you're talking about, like, that was originally like the 20,000
Yep.
Leagues Under the Sea ride, and then they updated it for Nemo.
Because they're like,
And I
nobody knows
remember
what
when
this
I
is
was a
anymore.
little kid going to Disney back when they, because they don't have that ride in Florida anymore,
Right,
but
it's a
they still
Disneyland
have
one.
it in Disneyland. But I used to love that ride because I remember being a little kid and I thought the submarine really went underwater, and I didn't realize you were just like right under the surface.
Yeah.
But the way they did it, I think those things you're talking about, I remember those from the Florida ride, and they were pretty scary when I was a little kid.
They're
Did
like,
you see Puss in Boots 2?
the new one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that, the Big Bad Wolf plane is death. That is like, if I was a little kid, I don't think I would have slept for like 2 days.
See, like that. Some people would find that. What I love though is
And
canonically.
the judge, and he's a toon in Roger Rabbit.
Yeah.
Like I was probably like your age when that movie came out.
Or like a lot of people found like.
It was scary. The judge is freaking scary.
A lot of people found like the flying monkeys from Wizard of Oz pretty creepy.
Yeah, I hated them. I still
But
don't
they
like
were
those flying
creepy.
monkeys.
Yeah.
Those costumes are creepy.
Oh yeah. So imagine you're sitting in like a darkened submarine and you're peering in this hole, and all of a sudden this flashes at you.
Yeah, that is creepy.
That is creepy as all holy hell. Oh, here you go. That's like, even with the lights on in like their warehouses, that is still horrifying.
That's gross.
Like, and I guess somebody was telling. I guess also when you pass, because if you're in the back, you pass by the front too, and the lights from inside shine, so that's all you see is just its eyes and teeth. And I'm like, good to know if I ever go to Disneyland to never ride that, which I probably wouldn't either because I don't like the small enclosed spaces.
We're gonna ride it.
No, we're not going to Disneyland.
Who says?
We're going to Disney World.
Who says we're never gonna go to Disneyland?
Okay, maybe not never, but you said we're going to ride it as in like our coming up trip. That's what it made me think. Stop with the fucking face. So you never had any scenes from when you were a kid that you're like, mm-mm.
No.
Like, it's one of my favorite movies now, but when I was a little kid, when it first came out, I swore I would never watch The Princess and the Frog again because his death scene creeped the fuck out of me. Dr. Facilier's?
No. Do you know the only time I refused to watch a movie again when I was a kid was when it made me cry.
Fair. But you never had any scenes like that?
That were like so creepy I wouldn't sleep.
Not maybe wouldn't sleep, but you were like, what the fuck was that? Is this supposed to be a kid's movie?
No, never.
None.
Never.
I don't believe you.
Why?
Because, like, I feel like that's
You know
like
what I
a
used to
staple
watch
of
when I was
childhood.
younger?
What?
You know what I used to watch when I was younger? I would be watching like rated R movies and shit. You think Disney movies are gonna scare the shit out of me? No.
There's some fucked up, but like even okay. But did you have any scenes like looking back at it, you're like, why the fuck did they put that in a kids movie?
No.
Have you ever seen Tarzan?
I saw it once, I think, when I was a kid.
Okay, well, if you went back and watched it now, would you not think the part where Tarzan's fighting the villain in the vines, and he gets tangled up in the vines, and he starts hacking them, and then literally hangs himself? Would not be what the fuck?
I can't say because I don't remember what happened.
Like, they don't show the body, but like the lightning flashes, and you see like the shadow of his body hanging there.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to know, I'm like, why did somebody decide that this was a good idea for a kids movie?
The only thing in that the only thing that I think is like completely and utterly like should not be watched anymore is The Wizard of Oz.
Why?
Because that movie is so creepy.
Well, they had to work with what they had, and there's a lot of things that happen on that set, which I love watching these videos.
But you can see it in the background.
No, you can't. It's not. I follow this woman. She is an official. Like, I didn't know this was a thing,
No,
but
you can, because I went back and I watched.
It's a stork, or it's a crane. It's a bird.
Oh.
It's a bird.
Oh.
A lot of people spread that. I follow this woman. I can't remember her name, and now it's gonna bug me, and I have to look when I talk. But I don't remember who it was, but she is considered an official Oz historian. She's like, it's like her favorite movie. She's watched it a dozen times. She has amazing collections. I guess when, was it last year or was it this year? It was like the 85th anniversary of the movie or something. They had her film a short in her room with all the collectibles. They had her film a short trivia thing that they played in, because when they re-released it in theaters, and they played it before, like how they'd have like those movie quizzes before movies. They had her do one of those for it, and so people will talk about about all these things that happens in the movies. The big one is the Munchkin hanging in the back, and she's like, "It's a bird."
It doesn't look like a bird though.
It doesn't, but when it was like remastered, it got like something. I don't remember what happened, but they fucked it up. So, but you'll see it. There's literally cranes all over. It's a crane. I think she actually bought a shirt off Etsy that has a picture of a crane on it. It said "It's just a crane" or something like that, and I fucking love it.
No, but the Munchkins are creepy too, though.
Why?
They're just creepy. Have you watched the movie, right?
They're not. They're just
creepy.
Little people.
They're creepy.
I've watched the movie. You know what? That set had some issues, though. I'm not gonna say there's so many different like things floating around out there that aren't true. Like, I guess one of Judy Garland's ex-husbands was like had some issues going on and lied and said that Munchkins were like looking up her skirt and shit. But she was like, she's like, the only thing she said that Judy Garland actually said was one of them asked her out, and she was like, yo, no thanks, I'm not interested. But the original actor playing the Tin Man, I can't remember his name, but I guess the makeup they used on him, he had such a bad reaction.
I did hear
they
that.
They had to replace him. When they were doing the stunt in Munchkinland where the Wicked Witch disappears into that puff of like fire and smoke and stuff, they set off the pyrotechnics too early, and Margaret Hamilton caught fire.
I heard that too.
I don't know why I always remember her name. It's weird. I remember Judy Garland and Margaret Hamilton. That's it. There was pieces of the Cowardly Lion suit that were like real fur.
I did not hear that.
Yeah. The snow wasn't everyone's like, the snow is a best what the fuck am I trying to say, because my brain
I'm not your words.
Asbestos.
Thank you, Rich. My brain wasn't, but she's like, no, it was gypsum. It's not.
Speaking of asbestos,
What about it?
this guy the other day
Came into work, I'm guessing.
he came into work and he hands my coworker like this. It was like a piece about like this big. I don't remember what it was, but he goes, oh yeah, that has asbestos on it. She's like, what?
Why did he bring it in?
He wanted it matched.
But without asbestos, I guess.
I don't know. But he, like,
you just caught like that part of the conversation, I guess.
No, but she was like, I feel like my fingers are tingling. I'm like, you're ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, I'm gonna die.
Oh, that was this stunt double for Margaret Hamilton. I guess the one thing, her like the end of her broom caught fire, and she got some pretty bad burns. Like, there was a lot of stuff going on that set.
It's a creepy movie, I'm telling you.
Oh, it is, but, like, see...
That's the only movie I find creepy.
And I feel like a lot of older movies are creepy, but only because they had to work with what they had. You know?
I have recently... this is totally kind of off topic.
Mm-hmm.
But I recently...
Tori.
What?
The Oz historian, her name is Tori. I was looking, and then I got distracted, and then I remembered her name.
Who?
The Oz historian lady I was telling you about on
the
TikTok. Her name is
lady.
Tori. She's super cool. I like her.
I don't remember what I was saying now. Bitch.
I'm sorry.
Rude as
I'm
hell.
very sorry. Okay.
What the fuck? What was I saying?
I don't know. I rarely know what I'm going to say, so why would I know what you're going to say?
I'm annoyed.
I'm sorry.
I can't remember what I remember what I was
There
gonna
you
say.
go.
Okay, so I recently started watching Once Upon a Time again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like watching it, and I've noticed how bad the
CGI is.
Yes, it's so
Mm-hmm.
bad. I didn't realize the first time I watched it, but now that I'm watching it again, I'm like, oh my god.
Can we talk about how everyone on that show can get it though? Like, my mom has been rewatching it too, and so she'll like text me things. She'll be like, the curse is broken, you know, this and that.
I just watched that episode.
And so she texted me and she goes, oh no, the sheriff's turned into wood. That's a shame. He was so hot. I'm like, first of all, Mom, ew, you're my mom. And I go, also, Hook is way hotter. Colin O'Donoghue can get it. And she goes, I'm sorry, the fuck did you just say?
Tell me
I'm like,
Ruby.
Ruby?
Yeah.
Ruby can get it
Ruby
too.
can get it, bro.
You're like, that's nice. I don't like men. Let's talk about women.
Ruby.
Like, Emma can get it. Fucking the Evil Queen, especially when she's like
Regina.
Regina, when she's like in like the Evil Queen stuff. I'm like, fuck yes.
Have you seen the things where like people ship Regina and Emma?
Yeah, I don't care for that.
See, but I can
see it, but I just don't.
But at the same time, I can't see it.
Yeah, I have a lot of things where I see ships like that. Like a lot of people ship like Steve and Bucky, and I'm like, I can see it, but I can't see it.
You know.
Yeah. And like that, I can see it, but I also can't see it. I kind of like the dynamic they have of like uneasy friends, kind of slash co-mothers.
Yeah.
I freaking love. I don't know why I remember this so much, but in the one episode, they go to the library to talk, and Charming and Snow White and Hook all come with Emma to talk, and she's like, I told you to come alone, not to bring the whole Charming softball team and their pirate mascot. I'm like, I love her so much. We when we went down to Disney for Bee's 18th birthday, because Bee's birthday is in October, they were doing the Mickey Not So Scary Halloween party and stuff, and my mom didn't buy tickets because she didn't think Bee would want to go, and Bee's been like, of course I would want to go. Obviously, it's Halloween. I love Halloween. And as we were leaving, we should have stopped and got a picture, but we didn't want to get the woman in trouble, but even the adults can wear costumes, and this woman had like, I think she had like full like corset and like hoop skirt shit going on, and she looked like she was Regina. Like, you could have told me she was Lana Parrish, I think is her name, right? It's Lana something.
I don't know.
You could have told me that was her, and I would have believed you. It looked so freaking cool, and I'm still pissed to this day we didn't burn like picture. Like, I know we're not supposed to, but please, you look so freaking cool, because it was awesome. And we had just like, we were all like really into the show and stuff, and it was so cool. But that's the thing is, the only reason I watched that show is because I liked the Disney of it all, right?
Wait, hold on. If I don't say this now, I forget before you continue.
Go ahead.
I already forgot.
That's such a move. I have to tell you now, or else I'll forget. Come back to me. Hold on.
Oh wait,
There you go. Say it before you forget again.
So you know the woman who plays Regina, right? I don't know what her name is. I can't remember.
I think it's like Lana or something.
So
but anyways.
she's like so evil in the show.
She's like such a sweetheart, though. I hear.
That's what I'm saying.
I always love that because it's always the people that play such evil people, and
they're so
then you
sweet.
meet them and you're like, oh my gosh, you're so sweet.
Such a cutie.
And it's always people that play like, and I hear it's always not all of them, but all the celebrities that always play good people are usually such dicks. And it's like, get out. You know what is one celebrity I will lose all hope in everything if it comes out that they're toxic? Jack Black. If it comes out that Jack Black is toxic, I will lose all faith in humanity forever.
I feel like Jack Black is just Jack Black.
Jack Black just is. I saw this post that was like, why do I feel like Jack Black is just Dionysus, the god of wine or of alcohol and stuff, just coming down to party with us mortals for a few thousand decades. I'm like, I can get behind that. But back to Once Upon a Time, because there was something I was gonna say about it, and I don't remember either.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I knew that. I was like, that's gonna happen.
We should do a react of one of those.
We should.
Sometime.
So Glee, Phineas and Ferb, Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
But no, I got into it and continued watching it. One, because it was something I watched with me and Mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I did like the fairy tale Disney of it all because I'm a sucker for that stuff. But I don't think I'll ever rewatch it simply for the fact that I don't like shows that it's like there's so much going on. Like I feel like that like Grey's Anatomy, like Supernatural, like shows like that, it's like I get it, obviously you need to keep the show moving, but it's like this is happening, here's this thing that's coming out of nowhere that
I enjoy it.
Was happening the whole time, but we didn't tell you about because we hadn't gotten that far as writers. I'm like, it's just so much.
I enjoy it because it keeps my attention.
Fair. I get that.
Because I have such...
No, I know.
So many
I was
issues.
talking today when I was over at Jack's house to his older sister's boyfriend. And I was like complaining about how I'm the only DM in our friend group for D&D. And I go, and I have a friend who I'm like, I feel like would have way too much fun being a DM, but she can't sit for it. She could not sit. Even though she'd be the one in the control and she wouldn't be like sitting through all the fights. I'm like, she couldn't. Her sessions would have to be like 30 minutes.
Yeah, no, I can't sit for that long. I get too distracted.
I feel like you'd have to take I feel like if you were to actually DM, I feel like you'd have to do like 30 minutes and then be like, okay, we're taking a 30-minute break.
It would take forever.
Then we'll come back for another 30 minutes.
I can't. I'm so bad. I can't.
I know.
So bad.
But like, especially after when we played Fun Employed for the first time with Jack. With that whole story, I feel like you'd have way too much fun DMing.
Probably, but I can't sit
I feel like
it.
I feel like the other thing too is you wouldn't want to do all the like the stuff for all the creatures and stuff. But I usually, when I DM too, half the time I just fucking wing it. I have a beginning, but I have nothing else. I have no stats for creatures, nothing. So I just make them up.
Do you know one time, did I tell you about when I asked for 2 Sundays off a month?
Yeah.
And how he was like, is it for D&D?
Yeah, and you're like, no.
No, I can't sit for D&D, bro.
It's because you give off the vibes of somebody who would really enjoy D&D. And if you could sit for it, I think you would have way too much fun playing like chaotic good characters. Where you're just like, this is like you stole from those orphans and that's unjust, so we're going to burn your house down with you in it.
Yeah, I can't sit.
I know. You're like, I can't.
You gotta keep my attention. If you don't keep my attention, you're fucked.
I know. I was also talking about because, like I said, I was just at Jack's house and I was like, we were playing Mario Party yesterday and you were like, can we do 15 turns? Because anything longer than that, I'm going to leave. Yeah. I will leave in the middle. Speaking of which, I love how you and Maggie, sometimes me too, but mostly the two of you, especially when it's Mario games, will get raging mad at one of the comp players.
Why did she choose me?
I don't know why, but I feel like on Mario Party, one comp player decides to be a fucking menace to one person.
Yeah, it was me.
It's so funny because we're sitting there and she's sitting in my chair and she goes, fuck motherfucking Daisy, this bitch! She's flailing and I'm like, do not break my chair, bitch.
I did get in trouble.
Every time she's sitting there, she's like they were playing, we were playing a mini game and it was one of those mini games without a timer. So it's just, it will keep going until somebody wins.
That Daisy
and it was
bitch.
it was the one where it's Bowser's head and it's a bomb and
That fucking Daisy bitch.
you have to pick the plunger. I have never seen one last that long because there was like 4 or 5 rounds where it was literally just you and the other 2 comp players and nobody picked the wrong one.
She kept picking my color.
And you're like, if you pick green again, you motherfucker. And you're like, I don't even care if I lose as long as she gets out before me. Like you were like ready to cut a video game.
I was. Fuck that bitch. Why is she there?
Could you imagine if con players were just people like somewhere else, like just in like the Nintendo studios, just controlling. And it was just some bitch like, I'm gonna piss this bitch off. Watch.
They just have millions of people at all times just ready for when you turn on the game.
Yep. Obviously, that's not how it works, but like that'd be so funny though.
That'd be hilarious.
You'd be like, "Come on, get
on,
in the
bro.
car.
Let's
We're
go."
going to the airport. We're flying to Japan, and I'm going to stab a Nintendo employee." Like, which one of you motherfuckers?
It's Daisy, huh?
There's like a whole section of daisies. It's like, shit. Okay, which one of you was playing at this time with this? just
With this group of people.
Oh my gosh. Like when it's gotten to the point where Mare don't like Donkey Kong because we were playing Mario Kart and Donkey Kong kept cutting her off, hitting her with shit. She goes, "I swear to fucking God, Donkey Kong." And then the next time she came over, she brought her boyfriend, and he picked Donkey Kong. And she goes,
"You would pick Donkey
She goes,
Kong."
"You better change that right now." And he goes, "Okay, why?" And she goes, "'Cause I fucking can't stand that monkey." I'm like, he's not a monkey, and she goes, "I will cut you."
He's a gorilla. Which technically gorillas are monkeys.
Right, but they're different.
They're big boy monkeys.
They're big boy monkeys. They're strong boy monkeys. I mean, monkeys are still
strong boy.
Why is it Russian? Why is it a Russian strong monkey?
I don't know.
I fucking love you. You're such a
don't-
weirdo.
I am strongman.
I sometimes wish there was the ability to like go into somebody's brain and just see what's going on in there because I would love.
It's fucking chaos.
It's like this section is controlled by the squirrels. This one's controlled by by geese. You know, this one's a
deadass.
circus. Apparently, all Russian people, by the way.
You know, like, okay, I don't remember where it was, but I seen a movie once. It might have been Inside Out.
You seen a movie?
Yeah, I seen it. You know how
I
many?
done seen that movie.
No, because you know what happens is I talk to all these people at work, and that's how they talk. So then
Fair.
it happens, anyways.
Because you adapt the people you're on speech pattern. Like I say, good shit now because
Yeah.
of you.
Yep.
You say I don't like it now because of me.
Yeah, it's annoying.
I know I say yes ma'am because of Maggie. Like it's a thing. Anyways, so you saw a movie. Which one was it? You said you think it was Inside Out.
I think it was Inside Out, but I don't know.
Tell me, and I will be able to tell you.
specifically. There's like a scene in the movie where they like go through files.
File.
I don't-
Are you thinking of Soul?
It might be that one, yeah.
Because I was gonna say, I could see, because at first I was like, files for like the memories. I'm like, no, because they're the orbs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But-
I don't know. It was
Was
a
it like-
Disney movie
Was
though.
it like a little like line character?
I don't remember, but I know they went through a file. Oh, it was SpongeBob. It was
Oh, where he's
SpongeBob.
like looking for his name.
Yes.
I remember. I saw
yes.
that scene on TikTok, and I was like,
just
okay, that's
everywhere.
funny.
It was everywhere.
Yeah, that's.
That's how my brain looks.
Is it a bunch of little Beths or is it a bunch of little SpongeBobs?
Probably a bunch of little fucking squirrels.
With one goose that just has like a fake squirrel tail taped on. It's like, how long until they notice? I feel like I have a bunch of geese running around because I fucking love the Entitled Goose Game. Have you ever played that?
No.
I feel like you would love that. You just play as a goose who's just a menace to society, and you have like different each level you have different like tasks to complete.
I haven't played that, but I have played the Goat Simulator game.
It's kind of like that. Except I feel like Goat Simulator is more like GTA as a goat.
Yeah, I got bored with that one.
I feel like the Untitled Goose Game, it'd be something you'd play for like 10 minutes a day and then be like, okay, I'm done with it for now.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like you would still like it. Like you just have you ever seen like the goose with the piece was never an option and it's got the butter knife?
Yeah.
That's from Untitled Goose Game. So each round you have to just do different things and snatch stuff from people and honk. Like there's
Snatch?
one snatch. Like there's one where it's like you have to try and scare this little boy into a phone booth by just honking and flapping at him.
Do you know what I say because of my sister?
What?
Every time I like talk, you know how I say I just want to be friends?
Mm-hmm.
That's from my sister.
Is it really?
Yeah, she says that all the time. She says, "You want to be friends?"
I always love though that you always say that right before you try to right when you're trying to kill somebody during party. Yeah, like you're like, I just want to be friends. Oh my gosh, like come here, give me a hug. I just want to be friends. Fucking take them down.
And then they die, and I'm like, thanks for your friendship.
I don't think I've ever heard you say that out loud, though. Is that something you think in your head?
I think so, yeah.
You're just like, yeah. But it's crazy how long you'll spend time with somebody, and then you'll notice, and you'll be like, motherfucker, I say that because of you now.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just, it's crazy.
You know what else I say? Sometimes I say, there, little bear. My dad says that all the time. He says it all the time. I guess his dad used to say it or something.
Oh, okay.
So now he says.
Now he says it. And he's
Yeah.
passing it on to you, like
Yeah.
a family heirloom.
Yeah, he'll like he'll be doing something. He'll be like, there, little bear," and I'm like,
And it's not only that.
Did you watch Avatar, the animated series?
Not yet.
So there's an animated series. Avatar,
Just gonna say,
obviously. Not the stupid movie, but the blue people. I hate those movies.
I was gonna say, don't tell Jack, because then he'll bring it up and be like,
But
I keep telling you to watch it.
There's this monkey, and at one point they
Oh,
just say the
Momo?
Momo, and they like.
I know animals.
Quiet shady monkey, like just quiet shady monkey.
Yeah.
And I remember watching that, so I still to this day, like if my boys won't shut up and they're like in their 20s, and I'll say, like quiet shady monkey, like it's still like in my vernacular, like all the time.
Imprinted in. I was gonna say, because there's stuff that I'll say, or I know people will say because of the shows that we rewatch so many times. Like me and Dad watch Psych. So the two main characters joke around, and the one will say something, and then the other guy will go, like, he'll be like, that's stupid. He'll be like, your mama's stupid. Like, just joking around because they're such close friends.
I've heard it both ways.
Yes. Me and my dad.
I love that show.
That's one of my dad's favorites.
It's so ridiculous because it just mocks. It mocks
would love
every kind of
police procedural
show ever. Like, it makes fun of all of them,
It's
and
a
they just reference them, and it's just so funny because. And the other thing too is that like Sean has such disdain for anything that's mature.
Yeah,
or
you would love it,
Or
Beth.
anyone with money, anything. He just mocks everyone. It's just the best. I was watching it yesterday morning because it was on whatever show.
It's one of the shows me and my dad watch all the time, and you would love it because it's just this giant man-child who pretends he's psychic and solves crimes because his dad
Everybody
is like,
wanted to be on that show. Because like his girlfriend, what's her name? Like her dad was played by like William Shatner.
Yeah.
And then her brother's played
Juliet.
by Julia. Like, and her brot's played by John Cena. Like everybody wanted to be on that show.
I love is it was like, if you ever feel useless, remember that there's an image of John Cena wearing camo, and it's from Psych, and I'm like, I know where you're from. But you would love it because it's this giant man-child who, because his dad has taught him how to be very observant to pick things out because he wants him to be a police officer, and he's like, no. So he pretends to be psychic, and he'll have these psychic visions where he'll flail around, like he goes all like in like the second episode. He's trying to sneak into the spelling bee, and the security guard's like, sorry, I can't let you in. He's like, okay, as long as you're fine with the ghost being here. And then he pretends to be attacked by the ghost. He legit just like pretends he's being choked out by a ghost, throws himself down a set of stairs. It's hilarious.
But he literally does the X-Men like
yeah, he does the
like the thing that like
I do that.
that
I'll do that
Professor
too,
X
my-
does. He does it like it's right out of like X-Men. Like he stole it right out of X-Men. Or sometimes he does like the thing and he's just like chant. It's just hilarious.
Oh, it's
and,
so
like,
funny.
I just love that show so much.
You'll have to watch an episode from
never seen it.
I know.
You'd
that's what I'm
love it.
saying.
It's a lot of fun.
Based on,
It's not written. You always know about 35 minutes somebody's going to die. There will always be like an extra death like about 30 minutes into every episode.
yeah,
Like someone else
they'll be
gets
like,
murdered.
this guy's the murderer. Never mind, he's dead.
Never
but
mind,
it's
he's
fine.
dead.
It's hilarious. Anyways, so because of that, me and my dad have done it, keep doing it to each other without even thinking. So like he'll be like, oh, this battery's dead, and I go, your mama's dead. And the bad part is his mom is dead.
Oh, you told me about that one.
That's why I do that. That's why I do that, is because of that show, and it gets bad. So I'm like, this is stupid. And he goes, your mama's stupid. I'm like, Dad. And he's like, I'm sorry, I did not mean to talk about your mother that way. Because he doesn't even think. We just react and say it. We always tell each other to suck it. That's from the show too. Yes, we always yell. They always yell. Like Sean just goes, suck. My favorite one is he's playing on the department's softball team, and his dad is umpiring, and they bash heads. Yes, a lot. So he gets him. He's like, "You're out," and he's like, "Are you like?" They start arguing about it, and then Sean legit, because he's a giant man child, picks up home plate and chucks it out into the outfield, and he's like, "You go pick that up right now," and he just looks at it and he goes, "Suck it, suck home plate." See, you're laughing. You would love the show. It's so good. And so it's just become a thing where I'm sure you've been over to the house and you've heard me and Dad yell at each other to suck it. It's because of that. Mm-hmm. So there's so many things that we'll say or do or quote, and it's just second nature because we've been around it so much. Not because of the shows we watch.
But it's
or the
funny
people.
because when you do the mama things and then your dad says the mama things, he's talking about his wife.
They're divorced.
Oh,
so it
but
makes
I've
it
done
worse.
that with my kids. Like I used to do your mom jokes when I was a teacher,
Mm-hmm.
and then one time I used the mom joke with like Christian, and I was like, he's like, that's mom. And I was like, oh.
It's always bad too
Oops.
because they had a very messy divorce. So when he'll be like, "Your mama's stupid," he'll be like, "I'm sorry," or like I said, his mom passed away last summer. So I'll say something. I'll be like, "Your mama's dead," and because he'll be like, "This battery's dead." I'll be like, "Your mama's dead," and he goes, "That's not nice," and I go, "I'm sorry."
Oops, too close, too soon.
But the thing is, we laugh about it because that's how we get through life, and it's. But like we all say. Even Morgan says Dookie now when we're playing Fortnite.
You got the baby to say Dookie.
Yes. She told me me and her were playing and we were waiting for you to hop on, and she had played a few rounds before you hopped on, and she goes, I instinctively was playing and opened a chest and there was a hand cannon, and I go, "Oh, Beth," and I'm like, never mind, I'm playing by myself. She wasn't even playing with anyone. And she immediately was like, "Beth."
Margaret too.
I think she said she did once. She marked something and she's like, "I am playing by myself."
Whatever.
Which is so fucking fair. But like, oh, it's great. I just love that. I just love when you're around. You also like adopt people's like mannerisms and stuff. It's
Me?
just, I mean,
Just
people in general, yeah. Like I don't remember. I can't think of an example, but I know I've adopted things that I've seen Maggie do, and now I do them too. It's ridiculous. Speaking of mannerisms, do you do the T-Rex arms? Do you just randomly walk around with them?
No.
I do. I just walk around. I either call them the T-Rex arms or the Roger Smith from American Dad arms, because that's how he walks around.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. How dare you not have this? The T-Rex arms. I forgot what I was going to say because I was going to say something else and I don't remember what it was.
Couldn't tell you.
But now we have to watch Psych. I'm going to tell Dad. I'll be like, we have to get Beth into Psych. And he'll be like, and she's coming over today to watch it, right? The only problem is I feel like sometimes it's hard to enjoy parts of the show because all the shit he quotes is from like 80s movies and TV shows. And I'm like,
solid.
I'm like, okay.
Solid.
Do you get that joke, Dad? And he's like, I do. And I'm like,
can you inform
perfect.
me of it?
It's not as funny as like when you're watching something and it mentions something. Like, do you ever get like low-key hyped whenever you're watching something and it mentions something? Like that you know personally?
Yeah.
Like I'll be watching a show and it'll be like, oh, Buffalo, and I'll be like,
I know.
I know that place.
And I get so
like,
excited.
we were I was watching Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and at the end they're all sitting around talking about like their favorite bands, and Kraglin goes, I gotta go with my man Garth Brooks, and I'm like, I know him. Like I don't personally know the man, but like he's been such a big part of like my life that I'm like,
I get excited when I find out that that like famous people are from here.
yeah, I'm like,
Do you know that Chad Michael Murray is from here? He's from Buffalo.
the name sounds familiar. I just can't.
Trying to think of what he's in. I know you've never watched that.
Did you watch The Flash?
I think that's exactly. Was that what the show you were thinking?
No.
Oh.
Jesse Martin, who plays like the Flash's like stepfather, the black guy, he was in Rent and stuff.
Oh.
He's from Buffalo. Like,
Oh, really?
He went to like Buffalo.
Oh, now I gotta look up because now this is gonna bug me because the name. I'm like Chad Michael Murray. The name sounds familiar, but I can't put it.
Chad Michael Murray.
What's he on?
He was in One Tree Hill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize he was
He's from Buffalo. He went to Clarence High School.
interesting. Oh,
And now my data's not gonna work.
Oh.
It'll come to me.
Um,
probably better on Wi-Fi.
Yeah. That I always like. I'm always my dad's go-to person when we're watching something, and he goes, "Who is that person from?" Let me see. He
There are a lot
looks.
of people from West New York that have done pretty well.
he looks familiar, but I
Why can't
can't.
it be me?
Will it be my turn? I also love seeing like the connections between some of my favorite shows. Like my favorite is the Family Guy, Psych, Phineas and Ferb triangle. They're all connected because Dan Povenmire used to work for Family Guy, and actually in an episode of Phineas and Ferb, he got Seth MacFarlane to voice a character named Jeff McGarlin. First of all, I'm like, I know you did that on purpose, Dan and Swampy, but like, really, that's the best you could do. And then, the creator of Sykes, Steve Franks, is a huge Phineas and Ferb fan. So they've mentioned it a couple times in the show. Like, it's like babysitting. Like, Sean turns to the girl in the show, Juliet, goes, babysitting. She goes, what did you do today? He goes, woke up, had some cereal and juice, watched some Phineas and Ferb, and took a nap. I'm still kind of tired. So, and even Dan Povenmire's been like, because somebody was like commented, because have you seen some of his TikToks? Mm-mm. He's ridiculous, and I love it. Like, somebody commented like, I'm the biggest Phineas and Ferb fan. He's like, actually, I think it's Steve Franks, is the creator of Psych, because he's like 6'7" or something. He's like, he's a pretty big dude. It's like, that's no, and it's hilarious. Also, can we talk about the absolute brain rot that is seeing something teal and orange and immediately just going, a platypus? And then putting something broad on top, Betty the platypus? Like, it could be anything. Like, I saw somebody with a teal pen and a brown, or a teal pen and an orange pen, and then they put a brown pen on top of it. And it was like, that is brain rot I'm A-okay with.
The aglet.
Yes. If everyone from this generation knows what an aglet is and how to spell it. A-G-L-E-T. Aglet. Don't forget it. Also, like, who wrote those songs? Because I don't think there's not one Phineas and Ferb song that is not a fucking bop.
I don't fucking know. I don't work for Phineas
I know,
and Ferb.
but like, you know what? Am I wrong though?
No.
They're all fucking bops.
You know, when I was younger, I used to only listen to Phineas and Ferb Christmas carols.
I love that.
I am being 100% truthful.
That's fair. I you know what? I love that. That's beautiful.
And I still listen to them during Christmas time.
Dude, on my playlist, I have a whole, like, because you can tell, if you scroll through my playlist, you can tell when I'm, like, the beginning of my playlist is all Garth Brooks, because I added his first, and then you'll scroll through a bit, and then there'll be a whole section that's just all Disney songs, and you'll scroll through a bit, and then there's a whole section of just Phineas and Ferb songs.
My playlist just has everything on it, and the other day, my sister was in the car, and and I put it on, and she was like, it played like a Disney song, like right after like a rap song or something, and she's like, this is nice, and I'm like, it just has everything
beautiful.
and anything on it, don't bother.
Yeah, like mine will go from like Garth Brooks to Phineas and Ferb to Eminem to fucking a Will Smith song, which I feel like a lot of people don't have on their playlist.
Will Smith has songs?
Yeah.
I did not know.
Exactly. He has a song about from the Men in Black, and it's on my playlist because I grew up listening to those songs on road trips with my family.
I did not know
He's got a
that.
song called Boom Boom Shake the Room, right? Mm-hmm. And it always makes me think of B, because when B moves their body, it is uncoordinated and it is violently aggressive. So we'd be on the road, and that song would come on, and B would literally shake the whole car, just fucking going hams, dancing to it. So every time I think of it, I'm like, I can almost, if I listen to the song hard enough, I can almost feel the car shake with B just full on going to town. Mom's like, you're gonna fuck up the suspension of my cars one of these days. And it's just beautiful.
Suspension who?
Your car doesn't need that, Mom. What?
You don't need that. What are you talking about?
It's unimportant. And it's just crazy. And because I always love telling people that. They're like, what kind of music are you into? I'm like, I always say country because that's like my main one, because that's what I grew up on. Which, yes, get all the hate out now. Country music is gross, blah, 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 blah. I've heard it 1,000 times by one person. But, and I'm like, here's some country, here's some show tunes, here's some Disney. It's all over the place. And if you don't like it, then get out of the car. No, I will not slow the car down. Get out.
I don't have like a favorite.
Fair. Yeah, your play. I feel like your playlist is way more diverse than mine.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But
there's Disney, there's rap, there's country, there's pop.
You got your Tay-Tay going.
Got Tay-Tay.
Because I don't have too many rap songs.
There's sad songs.
Fair.
You know.
I like soundtracks.
Too. Soundtracks are good. I always.
I have like Raiders of the Lost Ark and like
Fair.
Star Trek and bullshit music.
I know it's controversial. I've never seen an Indiana Jones movie, but I played the Lego game, so I
shit.
know.
He's
I know. I'm sorry, Rich.
He can't.
After I got married, my wife told me that she fell asleep during Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I said, "It's a good thing you waited until after we were married because that might have been a deal breaker.
Might have had to.
You might have never been married if you
Right.
would have told me at that time."
But I was like, I know the concept because I played all the Lego games, but this was before Lego games used to talk, so it'd be like, I always loved that.
I got to go back to Psych for a second. I'm sorry that I've hijacked your podcast.
You're good.
But so you realize like Captain Stottlemyre on like the captain on Psych. Not Psych, that's from Monk. I'm sorry, I'm getting the thing.
My dad likes Monk.
So,
I was like, you
the
mean Chief Vic?
the Captain Stottlemyre on Monk. I got my shows mixed up. He played the bad guy in Silence of the Lambs. So they make references on Monk all the time about like
Other shows.
Captain Stottlemyre, like they make lotion jokes and stuff like that, like that are reference to the fact that Captain Stottlemyre like is the,
I always
is the
love
bad
when-
guy from Silence of the Lambs. Which is the creepiest freaking movie ever, by the way.
I love when shows reference the other things actors were in. Like, there's two in Psych I can think of. One, there's an episode where this archaeologist or this paleontologist snuck onto this farmer's land and started digging. And Sean goes, "Oh, it's like that movie with Shia LaBeouf and all the holes." And Dule Hill, who plays his best friend Gus, was in holes. And so he's like, "Oh, aliens." And he's like, "No, never mind." And then
there's the funny thing on that show because there was that weird thing that like Gus, like the actor was the same kid who played the little black kid on the Cosby Show.
Oh, Bud. I'm not Bud.
So they kept making jokes, and then finally, I think in the very last episode, they actually,
they
finally
had
an episode at some point
It was one
where
of the
the
last
actor
ones,
who played Bud played like
Somebody
a
on the
guy
show,
that
yeah.
was exactly like Gus, but it was like just a different dude. Like
Yeah.
but the guy, like I think the guy got murdered or something like that.
I think
but they
so.
finally
Or
brought back that.
it was either the one where he got murdered or he played his boss. I think he played like somebody he worked with.
It might have been
Something
he
like
played
that.
his boss or something
Yeah, I
like
think.
that.
Yeah, he got the new job, and Sean kept stealing like the flax seeds, and he played the guy that he was talking to and pretending he had like a real estate agent.
Well, for years they made references to what's his face from
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer, and then
In the
Val
very
Kilmer
last
finally
episode,
was
yep.
finally made. They had Val Kilmer finally make a guest appearance in the last episode.
I
That
believe
shows that don't take themselves seriously are the best ones.
Yeah, I know. And then in the movie, they make a joke about the main girl Juliet doing a Hallmark movie, and he goes, "Jules would never do a Hallmark movie," and the actress had just finished shooting a Hallmark movie. And then I know in Castle, there's a Halloween episode, and the main guy is Nathan Fillion, and he used to be on the show Firefly, and he comes out in the outfit, and his daughter's like, "Didn't you wear that like 5 years ago?" Which is when the show ended.
That is really
He's like,
good.
"But I
That's
still
really
like
good.
it."
Yeah.
I just love things like that. I'm like, I see what you did there.
Well, like Law and Order: Criminal Intent one time did a crossover with like I can't think of the show, like a show about like people where they put them in witness protection.
Okay.
And then the girl like guest starred on the show, and then she's like, "I have to get back out to Phoenix or something." She says by Sunday, and she's like, and that was just a reference to the show aired on Sundays. And like, and one of the guys said, "What do people do in like Phoenix on Sundays?" And it was just kind of a reference to the show, which is weird because that's a drama, so you wouldn't expect them to do it. You would expect it on a silly show, but you wouldn't expect it on like a show like that.
It's freaking what, you good? You zoned out there.
Yeah,
You're like, I
sorry.
don't know these shows
Sorry,
they're
I
talking about.
hijacked you again. I apologize.
You're good.
I know. That's the only thing is
She has to watch Psych, and you have to watch Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I have to watch Avatar first. What? But I love.
You haven't seen Avatar?
No.
But Avatar's a longer, like you got to do like a bunch of seasons of Avatar, not the Blue People thing, the animated show.
Yeah, the animated
Yeah,
one.
that's what I meant.
Yes. And I keep telling Jack, because he's like, you have to watch it. You're going to like it. I go, okay, but I have a problem with watching new shows. So I need you to be like, hey, what are you doing on this day? Can you come over and we watch Avatar? Because if he doesn't, then I'm never going to watch it. Because I won't be like, hey, why don't we watch it? Because I don't know why. I just can't. I always forget or something else happens. It's just...
Why didn't you do that today?
Because I need to, like, know in advance. I don't know why. Don't ask. I don't even know the way my own brain works. Okay? It's bad. But I feel like that's always been the one thing that I feel like I can't...
You problem.
I know it is. But I'm like, if you want to watch it with me that badly, just tell me. Like, hey, this day, I'm coming over watching Avatar. And I will. So... But that's something I feel like it's always been weird. Like, me and you can't really talk about shows. We have very different tastes in shows.
We do.
The only show we could talk about is Glee.
Well, and apparently Once Upon a Time.
Well, yeah, I didn't even know you'd see Once Upon a Time. Because usually the shows you watch are usually like your CW shows.
Yeah.
I was like, I know she watches Green Arrow and Flash, and I know she watches Grey's Anatomy, but she treats it as a comedy.
It's hilarious.
It's like, what am I going to do? This doctor slept with this doctor, and everyone's dead. I have no idea about Grey's Anatomy if you can't.
I watch a lot of different stuff. It's weird, cause like I'll watch Glee.
I know you.
And then I'll
Glee.
watch like Law and Order SVU.
I can't watch that one though. I can't do that one. I can't do that or Criminal Minds.
I've seen that. I've seen Law and Order SVU like all the way through like 3 times I think.
Cause I was very intrigued and I had to know what happened, but I sobbed the whole time when I watched one episode of Law and Order SVU. It was like about this girl who trauma blocked that she had been like put up on like sites when she was a little kid. It was like Lacey Unmasked or something. I don't know. Something like that. And I sobbed the whole way through. I was like, I could not.
I think I know what episode you're talking about.
Yeah. But I was like, I was so intrigued. I had to see what happened. Like, I've watched full episodes of shows I would never watch on TikTok. Like, I watched a full episode of House once. I watched a whole episode of, like, 911 once, and I'm not into shows like that.
911 is a good show. I like that one.
I just can't get into shows like that because it's
all
too
the
much.
shows like that.
Yeah, because I've heard you and Dad talking about it. Because the one day, Dad was scrolling through trying to find something to watch. I'm like, have you run out of police shows to watch? And he goes, shut up. Because he's seen, like, all of them.
Yeah, I like those, and then I like firefighter shows.
Fair. See, because I like my comedies. I like my psych. The closest I come to like a police drama, which is Psych is like a police show, but it's way sillier. And then my next step up to that would be Castle, because it's still got like the comical side and stuff, but there are some like
Castle doesn't take itself very seriously either.
But there still are some episodes like the 3XK ones and all the ones.
Well, yeah, they do that where they'll have, because even Psych did that with the girl that was
with Yang.
Can't think of her name.
Yeah, Yang.
The actress's name, but
it's like Allison or something.
Yeah,
I don't
Allison,
remember.
whatever face from.
It'll be so because me and my dad, whenever we're sitting chilling,
choosing Breakfast Club.
Yeah, we'll throw on a Psych or a Castle and stuff, and he'll want to watch one of the 3XK ones or one of the which is a serial killer, or one of the ones about Kate Beckett chasing after her mother's killer, and I'll be like, I can't watch those ones. Usually because they're just too serious. Mm-hmm. And I like the ones that are more silly and fun. Like, there's a Halloween episode where a guy, he dresses up as a vampire, and he gets killed with, like, a stake through the heart. So, because Castle believes in all this stuff, and Beckett's very, like, serious, like, no nonsense. So he'll be saying shit, and she'll be like, shut the fuck up.
I've never seen that. Never seen Castle.
I feel like that's a good mix between comedy and, like, the police shows. I feel like you could like it, but... I like my sitcoms more. I like my How I Met Your Mother's, my Friends, you know?
I tried to get into How I Met Your Mother, and I got bored.
Fair. I feel like a lot of people can't focus on it because it moves so fast. Because there's so many different... not moves fast. I mean, like... And, like, the story itself moves fast, but, like, each episode there's, like... They cut away from, like, this to that to a back, you know... to Barney doing a play, and it's just it's a lot of quick camera cuts and stuff.
Okay, not you saying Barney, and then I was like, oh, Barney, the purple
Barney
dinosaur.
was it? Yeah. I just pictured Barney the purple dinosaur in a suit trying to pick up chicks at the bar. But I just love how anytime we've had the same conversations about it over and over again. But if I just know at any time I can look at you and be like, why is everyone from Glee so awful? And you'll be like, right? You can't root for. I'm like, you can't root for anyone except for Emma. I feel like she's the only person you could root for in that entire show, because everyone else is just so goddamn problematic. Like, seriously.
Did you see that TikTok I sent you the other day?
Maybe. I don't know.
It was somebody ranked the
yes,
voices.
You were like, this is bullshit. Okay, it's not just me, right? I feel like, no disrespect to him, but I feel like Finn didn't have a very good voice.
I'm sorry, he didn't. Corey Monteith did not have.
I'm like, no disrespect to the actor passing away, Because I feel like a lot of people, when an actor passes away, if you have anything bad to say about them, they're like, how could you? Like, even not even an actor, just when somebody passes away and you have something bad to say about them, they're like, how could you? And I was like,
he was a good actress. Yeah, he's a grown up.
He got that secondhand embarrassment when he's singing the song to Quinn's parents about her pregnant.
Yes.
Down perfect.
Yes.
I'm sitting there like,
I can't. I have to scroll past that one. It makes me cringe so hard.
That, and when he's like talking to the grilled cheese Jesus or whatever.
That one I don't mind, but
no, the singing one.
But he.
Having my baby.
I just don't think his voice is all that great.
No, I feel like this is the second when I messaged you back, and I wanted to put Sebastian Stan instead of Grant Gustin for some reason. And I just wanted to say Sebastian Stan instead of Grant Gustin. And I don't know why, but I feel like he should have been higher. Like, his voice is pretty good.
Why was Chris Colfer above him?
I do like Chris Colfer's voice, but he was like super low. I'm like, man can get it. Actually, me and James, my ex, our song was Coming Home to You from The Flash, so. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man's got a pretty good voice, but I'm like, I don't think
he does. He has a really nice voice.
I was like, I don't think, like, Finn was like what, like number 3 or something, and I'm like,
I think he was number 2.
And I'm like, no. And
they also put oh my god,
Sam, Artie. I'm
they
naming
put him, like,
you can't remember who.
Artie.
Yeah, his voice is pretty good.
Yeah, but they put him at like 9 or something like that, and I was like, "What?"
I was like, because you couldn't remember the name.
They put him below like Mike Chang.
I thought Mike Chang was like the last one.
No.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. But you couldn't remember the person's name, so I just started naming guy characters.
I think his name is Kevin McHale.
Something. I don't know.
That sounds right.
Also, Mercedes should have been number 1. Just saying.
What?
Mercedes should have been number 1, and Brittany was way too low. Brittany was like 9, and I'm like,
yeah, I know.
The disrespect.
I don't understand why they always have to put Leah Michele at the top.
Like, yeah, she's a good singer, but I think Naya, Brittany, and Mercedes are all better than her. I don't know why I used one actress
like
names.
Her. I don't like her.
She's
like
so
she seemed like she
is in
when
real
the
life
show
too.
was on, everybody was like, "Oh my god, she's gonna be the next big star." And I think it immediately went to her head. It seemed like because and then
I guess she still is like really self-centered and
it's
annoying
weird because I went to see a couple summers ago. I went to see Funny Girl in Broadway and with a different actress. And then what's her face that played the gym teacher on Glee?
Sue. What is her name? Jane Lynch.
Jane Lynch. And then and I thought she was pretty
She's
good, but
awesome.
there's a lot of hate for the actress that was playing Funny Girl at the time. And then right after I saw it, they announced that Leah Michele was gonna come in and do it. And then what's her face left? She just quit. She's like, I'm not gonna be on. I'm not working with her. On with her.
Can we
I already had to work with her on TV, and she refused to do the show.
Fair.
And I don't think it did any better with Leah Michele. I think it did worse with Leah Michele because a lot of people just don't like her.
Oh yeah, no, and I loved all of the TikToks of like, let's all go to the opening night in tracksuits and blonde wigs, like short blonde wigs.
Do you know what was really funny though? Is that this one guy on TikTok he did like a cosplay of her. Of Rachel.
Yes, I sent you that video, and then you were like, "Who was
Heather
it?"
Heather Morris
put it on. Yeah,
she reposted it, and I was like, "Oh my god."
That is so funny. I don't like a lot of the characters, but I hate Rachel with a burning passion.
She's such a bitch.
Especially when she's like, I am I am putting tape over my mouth because you won't give me all the solos. It's like, you're not the only person, bitch, and other people can sing way better than you. And then he was like, this is not all about you, and then immediately caved.
Yeah, I know.
That was the second I lost all respect for him, and he just got worse.
He lost respect. He lost my respect the first fucking episode.
Wasn't that the first episode? No, it wasn't.
I think it was like the third.
Point is,
don't mind me. I'll just go back and watch it all and come back correctly.
It was like, oh, I guess I have to rewatch Glee.
I have to rewatch it.
Anytime I see something,
I'll bite the bullet.
I guess if I have to
twist my arm.
Every time I see something Glee, I go, Beth. Like me and Maggie went through the bins, and at the bottom was a bunch of loose like Glee from like a Glee board game, and I go, Beth.
You know what makes me mad? Is that we had a Glee board game, but at the time I didn't know that I liked Glee. So we gave it away.
How dare you?
We gave it to like Goodwill or some shit.
See, here's the thing though, is I've seen the Glee board games and stuff at like Goodwill, and I was like, I should buy this for Beth, but who would play? Who would she have to? Because like, I could try and play with her, but she would absolutely crush me. I mean, she might like that, but I feel like she'd get bored eventually and be like, I'm too good for this.
Shit. That's the same thing as if we played like a Harry Potter game.
Or like Disney scene. That's why this is why I played Disney scene against Maggie, because she's the person I can play against.
Like I like all that stuff, but at the
not
same,
as
like,
much as
like I'm not like I'm not like hardcore. Like I don't know.
I know I'm a Disney adult and I'm okay with it. And I
didn't say I'm not hating on you.
No. Other people hate on Disney adults. They're like,
bitch,
wow, you're
bitches.
It's like, okay, you guys are such children, and Disney's not for adults. I'm like, actually,
Disney is for adults and children. Get
it's
it
like,
right.
Actually, if you know anything, Walt was sitting on a bench watching his kids on a carousel and was like, I should make a park where everyone can act like a kid again and enjoy themselves. Adults, children, grandmas, grandpas, everyone. And I'm like, also, if the thing you enjoy doesn't hurt yourself or others,
Shouldn't matter.
I mean, I know some people are into some stuff in the bedroom.
We're not talking about the kinky bitches.
No, like, because like some people like a little pain. I'm like, as long as you're not like
kinky bitches.
Bitches.
I love Disney, but like when I go there, and I'm like, out of my family, I'm probably into Disney more than anyone else, and like I love going there because I was there like again in the 70s, and I just loved those experiences.
Same.
And I wouldn't I don't think I would go and do the princess pictures or something like that. Like I don't want to get in the way of little kids doing stuff, I like to go and I think a lot of the rides are geared towards like adults and stuff at this point, like because they know there's a lot of they're smart about letting you. Everybody can go to Disney, and there's things that your kids can do. There's stuff that you can do. There's stuff your before my dad died, he used to love to go to Disney just to go to Epcot and wander around and go into the countries and stuff.
My older sibling loves Epcot. That is their favorite. Every time we go, we'll sit and we'll talk about places we want to go, and my mom hates it because we've done it so much. She's like, can we try a different restaurant? My brother's one thing is there's a restaurant in the German Pavilion called Beer Garden. It's like a German buffet, and they have like live like German music and stuff. And it's super fun. It's super cool, and I was like going too. And my mom knows because B won't. B's very go with the flow and is like, whatever, Because B's like, I'd rather go, like, I want to go see the rest of the world, but I don't mind going back to Disney again, But like, if I was paying for my own trip, I'd probably go see other things. So, but my mom knows that's the one thing that B wants. Like, we were on a call for our last trip trying to figure out things, and Mom goes, okay, food at Epcot, Beer Garden. It was funny, too, because B's audio kept cutting out, so B decided to turn off the audio and just text me the whole time. So I'm sitting there, I go, B says, I think B said something like, Beer Garden or I'm going to riot. And so my mom knows. Mom's like, can't we try something else? And B goes, no, F you, Beer Garden. Because that's how we talk in my family, And my mom's like, and I go, that's the one thing B really cares about when it comes to Disney is their Beer Garden. So we go anytime that my mom is the one, like, we're planning a trip as a family. Like, if B was just to go by them, if my mom was to go by themselves, they wouldn't. She'd be like, we've done it enough. There's other restaurants I want to try. And I know that the other reason that she hates that too is because I'm super picky, so I have my small handful of restaurants that I'll go to. Like, I won't like, whenever we're at Epcot and we need lunch, she's like, we either have to be up in Future World or we have to be by the America Pavilion so this bitch can get her chicken tendies.
I actually don't know any of the things you're talking about because I haven't been there in 10 years.
Yeah, I'm literally just like, there's two parts of Epcot. There's the World Showcase, and then there's the front half, which is like all the future stuff, the innovation and stuff.
You mean there's only 2 places you can get chicken tenders?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's fucked up.
Because each pavilion, they're very authentic and stuff, so it's very authentic food, you know. So like, I won't go to like Japan and eat like the Japanese food and stuff. I won't eat like Morocco or China and stuff because I'm very, very picky.
I just like chicken.
That's fair. Chicken's a good dish. So that's another thing is my mom wants to go try all these different places, but she's like, I want to go by myself so I can try all these places that I never get to try and eat when I'm with you kids. Because when we're out in Epcot, you need your chicken tenders for lunch, and B won't eat at dinner anywhere else but beer garden. She's like, I want to go try new food, but I'm like, I just want my nuggies. Because I'm that picky, and she hates it. She's like, you need to try new food and expand your palate. And I'm like,
no, I'm good, thanks.
Nuggie.
Chicken, please. I get in trouble all the time at home because my mom would be like, oh, what do you want to eat this week? I'm like, chicken.
You know what I want? I was laying in bed. Cause,
is it chicken?
No. Because you know how, like, there's nights where you'll be, like, just laying in your bed and random thoughts will pop into your head, like, of shit you need to do or, like, just different ideas and stuff. Sometimes mine are writing ideas. Sometimes mine are D&D or just, like, random shit I need to get done, and even though it's, like, 2 a.m. And I was just sitting there, like, trying to go to sleep, and my brain just goes, you know what I haven't had in a while and would fucking slap right now? Some fucking pork chops. And I'm like, you right, though. That would fucking slap.
Pork chops are good.
Pork chops are good. And, like, okay.
Chicken.
I know we've had this debate.
What debate is it?
But because we were supposed to debate, well, we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, we did a pretty shitty job of that.
Yeah, no, shit, it's fine. That's the whole point. Okay. And I'd like your opinion too, Rich, if you don't mind. Is it not officially chicken parmesan if you don't have spaghetti? If there's not spaghetti with the dish, is it no longer chicken? Is it not an official dish?
No, I think it is because it's the chicken.
Thank you.
It's the chicken.
I've never thought of it in that respect that you have to have the spaghetti with it.
Okay.
It's like, I
chicken
guess,
parmesan.
like, if
You
it's
hear
chicken
that?
parm,
You hear that, Jack? Rich agrees. You don't need the spaghetti. We've had this argument like 80 times, and I know the reason he continues to press the
if
issue
you like
is because
the
it
spaghetti
pisses me
with
off.
the chicken parm, that's fine.
Yeah, he's like, well, when you go to a restaurant, it says chicken parm with spaghetti. I go, exactly.
Then it's with spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
It's not built into it.
He's like,
It's not like having a steak and cheese sandwich and saying, well, it doesn't have to, but it's in the name. It's steak and cheese. Like, you can't have a steak sandwich. If you're having steak and cheese, you have to have cheese in it. Like or
no,
it's not
still
steak and cheese.
Yeah.
But it's not, it's chicken parmesan. It's
like,
the
spaghetti's a whole
parmesan
different meal,
is the
too.
cheese that you're putting on the chicken.
Thank you.
There's nothing in the name
I
that
just,
makes it spaghetti.
yeah, thank you. I'm like, spaghetti is a whole other meal. Because I told him, I was like, I'm cooking chicken parm. He goes, oh, what kind of spaghetti are you having? And I'm like, none. He's like, you have to have it or else it's not chicken parm. And I'm like, excuse me? And like I said, I know.
And if you really like spaghetti with chicken
you
parm,
can.
that's. But could you have. Okay, let's assume he's right. Let's assume for a second he's right.
He's not,
What
but it's
happens
fine.
if they ran out of spaghetti and they only had rigatoni and you had rigatoni instead? Did you not have chicken parmesan?
Exactly.
No,
It's
you just had a
noodles.
different macaroni.
Yeah.
You had to substitute a different macaroni with the chicken parm.
Think about that, Jack.
In your face, Shirella.
And I know he continues to press it when I bring it up because it pisses me off and it makes, because that's just how.
I'm going to text him
Thanks,
right
Mark.
after the podcast and tell him that. It's funny because there was another thing that Jack went on to die in a hill about. I don't remember what it was, but it was like.
He does that.
And his mom asked me about it, and Amy and
We
I were
love
talking,
Amy.
and she's like my best friend in the world.
Amy's awesome.
And I said to her something she told me about it, so I went right to Jack this. I think he was still in school at this point, and I'm like, you're wrong about that. I forget what it was, but
I talked to your mom and you're wrong.
Your mom and I agree, and you're wrong.
His mom is awesome. You have to meet his mom. She's great.
No one's better than Amy. Everybody loves Shirella.
I don't remember if I know I told you this, but I don't remember if I told you this, Rich. The one day me and him were talking, and I was like, oh, I have to text Rich, and he looks at me confused, and I thought he was messing with me, and he goes, Rich? I'm like, yeah, Rich? Like, what the... And he goes, Miranda. he completely forgot your first name, and
It's
he was
very funny because
baffled.
some of my alumni they just can't identify me with as being rich, and
He was baffled.
And even the ones that there's ones I hang out with that are older that I hang out with, and they still I have one really good friend, and she's not that much younger. I'm not that much older than her because she was one of my very first students when I first started teaching. So if I'm in my 50s, so she's in her 40s, and she still can't not call me Mr. Moranto. It's just, and then other kids they couldn't wait till they graduate, and they're like Rich, and I'm like, okay, whatever, I really don't care. I mean, it's just stupid, but it's funny because my kids call Shirella, they call her Amy now, but some of the Shirella kids can't call me Mr. They just call me Mr. Moranto or Moranto. They just can't do it.
I've never asked because I've been very awkward, but I turned to him, I go, should I call your mom Amy or should I call her Mrs. Shirella? And he's like, I don't know, ask her. And I'm like, no, never mind.
You can just call her Amy. She doesn't care. Everybody loves to call her Amy once they graduate.
I was like, I've never formally addressed either of his parents.
Yeah, I get that.
Because I'm like, I feel like saying the Mr. or Mrs. is I'm past that point. I'm not in elementary school anymore, but I'm like, I feel like it's also really weird to be like, hey, what's up, Amy? Be like, no, it's too weird. So I've just never formally addressed his parents.
But my best friend, I can't call his mom Marty. I have to call her, I call her Mrs. Troya. She'll always be and even with I don't know, she's like, you can call me Marty. I'm like, I don't know, Mrs. Troya, you're always going to be Mrs. Troya to me. But I could call her husband Tony.
Fair. I don't know if you noticed, I've never either formally talked to address either of your parents either.
Yeah, I don't do that either.
I can't, I'm like, I don't know. I was like, because I know when me and you were just talking, I say Lori.
Well, yeah, she goes by Lori.
But I'm like, because sometimes I forget. Because I noticed this when we and you were at the playground with Anna the other day. And I was like, she can't ride that swing because it's, it says kids 5 to 12, and it's usually reserved for kids in wheelchairs.
Right.
Which, first of all, there was no kids in wheelchairs there, and I'm like, this isn't a law. I'm an adult now too. What's gonna happen? I still I feel like they, from kindergarten to senior year, they pounded in if you are embedded. They pounded it into our head and embedded it into our skulls that you guys are children and you need to respect all the adults and stuff, to the point where we're like, shit, we're adults now. I'm like, it's and it hit me yesterday. I was like, I still have this mindset, and it's been 4 years since I've been in school. I'm like, I don't like that. I really don't. And I'm like, I don't have to be. I'm like, what are they gonna do? Go send me to jail for putting my niece on that swing? No.
Give you a warning.
Send me the principal's office? No.
Can you get her off of that? Okay.
Yeah. And like I said, no, and I wouldn't have put her on that if there had been a kid there that needed it. That because there's only one. I'm like, no, but there was 5 other kids at the playground, and she was sitting there just wanting to. Because remember, we were like, no, you can't ride that one. She goes, and she just screamed.
Oh my god! I thought for sure when we left yesterday, she was gonna scream her
I
head
thought
off.
so too. That's
But
why I
then
kept
she
telling
was
her
so
we were gonna go
good.
see mom. I was like, we're gonna go back and see mommy. And that's why I told her too, because sometimes, because she understands the concept that we're at Aunt Tasty's house, so Daddy's not there. So when she was pulling on the freezer freezy, and I'm like, bitch, I don't got freezies. What do you want from me? That's why I told her, I was like, Daddy has the freezies. So when mommy takes you home, Daddy will give you a freeze. Because I'm like, she understands that Daddy's not here, so maybe they don't get me out of it, and then she can be mad at him. I forgot what I was gonna say, and I don't remember.
We were talking about Anna.
But yeah, that's just a crazy idea of you're an adult now.
I
I don't
feel
have to be nice to other adults just because they're older than me.
Speaking of Anna, I accidentally called her Anna yesterday. I was like, ew.
You're like, that's what Casey calls her. I think I'm the only person who calls her Anya.
No, Anna.
Oh, Anna, as in Frozen?
Yeah. And I was
She's
like,
gonna.
ew.
If you call her that enough, you're gonna piss off Maggie because she's so sick of Frozen. Because when
No, she looked at me when I said it, and I was like, fuck.
Because you have to remember, when Frozen 1 came out, her little cousin Lizzie was 3, so she was obsessed with it. And now Anna's obsessed with Frozen 2. So she's so sick of it. But I also think I am the only person who calls her Anya because her name is Anastasia.
Well, I was calling her Anya, and then I was like, I wasn't sure if
Oh, I don't care if you call her that.
I wasn't sure if it was just what's her face that was calling
Who?
her Anya. Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, I called her that too because, first of all, Kay hadn't even seen the movie until after she was born. But yeah, no, you're good to call her. I either call her Anna or Anya. It just depends on what comes out of my mouth. And if she's not answering me, then I call her Anastasia. Cause I'm like that. And then she's like, I love how even though she's not even 2 yet, she gets the concept of the first and middle name, no matter who it's coming from. Cause she'll stop and she'll be like I was like, Anastasia Marie, give me back that towel, and she just dropped it behind her like she won't see it on the floor. Auntie Tacy won't see it if it's hiding on the floor. And I'm like, okay, you're right. Aunt Tacy does not see. I love how whenever I'm talking about her, even if like, in like any context, I talk like I would be with her. Like I refer to myself as Aunt Tacy. Like she's not even in the room, and I'm referring to myself as Aunt Tacy, or like I'll refer to you as Aunt Beth or Grandpa Cracker, which is so hard because I've been so used to talking to, my cousins and saying Uncle Cracker. So I'll have to. I don't know if you've caught it of me being Grandpa Cracker.
Yeah, I did. No, you know what was funny yesterday though is
Lots of
is
things.
Anna was in the living room, and she was like, Grandpa, and I was like, no, he's in the bathroom.
I know he thought one of us was in the bathroom.
No, I was like, no, he's in the bathroom, and he's like, why does everybody think we're in the bathroom? I'm like, oh,
Yeah, I
you're
walked out there and I was like, oh shit, I thought you were in the bathroom. He's like, no, I thought you guys were in there. I was like, no, I didn't want the puppy chewing up your bath mats, bro.
I was a freaking gate yesterday.
I said I could find a gate, and you're like, nah, I got this.
No, it was
you were
good.
like offended that I was like, I can find a gate, and you're like, I am the gate.
Yeah, it was okay. I had to like throw Max, and then I
You had
had
to
to
keep
like
moving 'em.
convince Anna to come
Like,
back
hey,
in.
come to the kitchen, child.
It was fine.
I like how she's getting more comfy with you, though. And I just love how we have all these things planned. I was like, we're going to take her to the Strong. We're going to take her to explore more. You're like, I don't care. I was like, this is what I want to do for my birthday, is take the baby to the zoo.
Yeah.
Just like, it was like, what are you doing for your 22nd birthday? You going out to like a bar or a club? I'm taking my niece to the zoo.
I don't drink.
I know you don't,
So-
but that's what other people would be like. Oh, you're 22, so you're going to like a club or bar. I'm taking my niece to the zoo.
That would actually.
That's what you want to do for your birthday?
Yes.
Yes. And I'm going to spend all the money I get for my birthday on her because she deserves it. Oh my gosh. I asked Mags because I wanted to make sure it was okay with her because she's turning 2. If because my mom found an old rundown, like the bouncy horses, like the
Oh, we
old like
have
metal
one.
ones.
We have one.
Yeah. She saw it on the side of the road. She goes, I almost grabbed it for you to redo for Anastasia. I'm like, turn the fuck back around and go grab that. So I asked Mags today, I was like, do you want me to wait till she's 3 or can I give it to her this birthday? And she goes, you can give it to her now. I'm like, I'm so excited because I got some yellows, some light blues, some purples, some pinks, and I'm thinking about even on like the horse's saddle writing Anastasia. I'm so excited to redo it.
You should do it. 100%.
Oh, I am doing it.
No,
I
I
just
meant like put the Anastasia.
oh
on
with the
there.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
So excited.
So excited.
So excited.
I love that. Kevin Hart is so funny. You didn't. You looked like you didn't know that's what that was
lost
from.
it. I was like,
You're like, what does Kevin
And
Hart
I
have
was
to
like,
do with
oh
anything?
yeah.
Do you know? That's another thing is me and Dad quote his comedy special so much. Like there's the one he did. What now? Did you see that one on Netflix? Where he's like in Philadelphia. Anyways, we quote it all the time. Like my dad will take his phone and he'll go, Cyrus. It's Siri, you dumb bitch, Siri. And that's what I love is so many people get along so well with him. Like you all call him dad and stuff because he's very like I have to explain to people because like it made me really it like disgusted me and him because we were out at an antique store, so it's one of the ones where you have to call the people and they take the stuff and they put it up at the counter for you. So she goes out. She's like, well, we got you. She's like, you knew my name. And he's like, no, we got you. Remember the Coca-Cola couple? And my dad goes, father and daughter. And she goes, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, but I'm like, I have to remember sometimes, and I do it unintentionally at this point now, where I call him dad and papa out in public more often than I normally would because of the way we talk to each other. Well, I'll be like, well, look what you did, you dumbass. So of course I'm like, of course somebody's doing a thing, you know, because that's not the
Right.
typical way that a daughter talks to her father.
Right.
So I find myself more often being like, what are you doing over there, Dad? Like when there's people, like when I see people around, I'm like, Because I'm like, no, that makes me uncomfortable. Like, the one day I was driving, and he got out to get something from this lady, and she goes, oh, how's your wife in there doing? He goes, that's my daughter. And I was like, huh? And, I mean, you've seen Dad, too. You've seen Dad, too, so I'm always afraid that people are going to be like, well, he must be rich.
And you know what was funny,
and I don't
though?
like it.
Speaking of him, the last con we went to, remember how we took that photo and he posted it on his Facebook page?
The one where the four of us are posing while we're waiting to get in?
Yeah.
The one where I pretended I was hitting you with my mallet, or we're just standing there?
No, we were just standing there.
Okay. That one was funny, though, just
But he posted that, like, he put it as his cover photo or something.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember you telling me this.
Yeah, and then one of my coworkers was like, oh, is that your dad? I'm like, what do you mean?
Oh, didn't they say, like, oh, is Chris your dad? And you're like, Chris?
My dad's name is Tom.
Who the fuck is Chris?
Who's Chris? And then I, like, was looking, and I was like, oh.
That bitch.
And then I went back to her, like, 3 days later. I was like, oh, no, that's just my best friend's dad. We call him Dad, though.
I love the one day. So we were at the Eastern Hills before it closed, right? Mm-hmm. And it was me, B, and B's two friends. And they have those long fountains right in the middle, you know? Mm-hmm. And Dad looks at them and he goes, I've always wanted to walk through those.
Oh,
and
I remember.
And then he goes, hold my shoes. And he took off his shoes and nobody wanted to touch them because he's got dad feet. And we're like, ew, this is smelly. So he holds them and he takes off his socks and he just walks holding his shoes through the mall fountain. And B's laughing there. B and their friends are laughing their ass off, and I'm laughing too. But I got a little nervous because I'm like, he's gonna get our asses kicked out of this mall,
right?
And the best part is though, that mall has been dying since I was like 2. Mm-hmm. So he's walking, and the security guard is walking by with like some other guy working at the mall. Looks at him, and then just keeps walking. Decides he's like, you know what, this mall is dying. He's not doing anything actually harmful. Fuck it. And it was so funny, and B was laughing so hard, B walked into a trash can. It took them and the trash can out.
Whatever works.
Yeah, so I think on the trash can knocking note. What is that?
On the note of the trash can,
note
because
of
we're the
being-
trash goblins.
Yes.
This has been a lovely episode. Thank you for watching.
We got our logo behind us now.
I know, cute.
I'm loving it.
That. Anyways, thank you for
we will see
watching
you next time.
listening.
Slash
Listening.
Experiencing this with us. As brothers and sisters, man. I don't. We
Have
are
a
now,
lovely
we are
night.
now one.
No.
I don't know. Don't ask. I just work here, man.
Have a lovely night.
Bye. I don't know.
We're brother and
I don't know. My brain was like experiencing this with this, and then all of a sudden it just went to